Hey there, it's Kelly, back with another episode of Floss Tube. I think I'm on episode 6, although I've taped this episode now 3 times. Well, I've taped it twice before. This is the 3rd time. So hopefully 3rd time is a charm. I don't know. So clearly I have not painted the wall in my kitchen yet. I don't know. It'll happen eventually. Not today, because it's 5 o'clock. And I've really accomplished nothing today, except for sitting on my butt a lot. Kind of needed it. It's been a long week. Yeah. Wednesday, a friend of mine from law school passed away from lung cancer. The irony, she never smoked a day in her life. It just sucks. Her daughter is just a couple of years younger than the twins. She's a senior in high school. Yeah. Kind of knocked the wind out of my sails this week for doing much of anything. Although I have been shopping. Apparently, I stress shop now. Now, I used to shop. I used to eat when I was stressed out. But I haven't been doing that. Thank God. I think. I don't know. I think my pocketbook would have probably appreciated me chowing down on pizza and candy and stuff. But no, I was shopping. Which means I have a lot of haul to show you all. I do have one FFO. It was a start, a whip, and an FFO all in 1 week. I decided to try, I picked up some orange yarn from Joann's. It was on sale. I don't remember what kind it was. It was the cheapest yarn that was the prettiest orange I could find to make pumpkins out of. And I pulled out my little circular needles. Yeah. And I knitted, and I knitted, and I knitted. And when I was done, I made a pumpkin. Now my pumpkin, it needs leaves or something. I don't know. I don't know what it needs. It needs a dough bowl. So many of you have dough bowls, but I don't have a dough bowl. And I feel like now I need one because you guys all have them. So why can't I have one? But I don't have one. So I'm on a search. I'm going to buy me a dough bowl for my birthday later this month, I think. Who knows? So my cinnamon sticks came from Walmart. Now they're the Walmart brand. It smells like cinnamon. They're the Walmart brand, but they're organic because ironically the organic Walmart brand ones were still less money than the McCormick's non-organic ones. And there was more in the jar of the Walmart ones. So my little pumpkin is organic. I need a dough bowl. Where do you even buy a dough bowl? Like a wood one? I don't know. But I realize that, again, a lot of you have them. Okay, so I actually did do some sewing this week, as well as the knitting. I ended up knitting in the car on Wednesday night when I took Bean to school for band. I don't know why I knitted instead of cross stitch. I don't know. Whatever. It seemed to be something I needed to do. Thursday I had lunch with my friend Taryn, who started her own little business called the Lush Llama. And she made me 2 masks, which are super soft. They're like t-shirts, but here's the first one. I'm a Jeep girl. It makes me happy. And then she made me one to wear around. It's gonna show up. It shows up purple, but it's actually pink glitter, and that fuzzy doesn't really exist on it. How cute is that? So I have masks. I have more masks because it's not like I don't have enough. But those are cool. So they need to go in the Jeep. I got some more fabric. I bought zippers too, but you guys don't need to see zippers. But look, he's a Yeti. He's so cute. A little goofy Yeti. That'll make a cute project bag. And then I got the child. Baby Yoda. I love me some Baby Yoda. I love Yoda. Now the funny thing is, I don't really like Star Wars. But I love Yoda. I don't know. Do they have to be together? Do you have to love Star Wars to love Baby Yoda? Or Yoda in general? I'm going to go with no. No, you don't. And then I got this cute little dog. And it reminds me of a dog from I don't know where. But I feel like I've seen this dog. So, that was super fun. And I'm going to make those into project bags at some point. I do have a couple zippers, so I picked those up. Let's see what else have we got for haul. We have a lot of haul, so sit back. Joyful Stitchers Annie was selling stuff. I bought from her. I bought from another person who was destashing. But these actually came from my local needle store, and I love them because my dog is a wiener dog. Well, I have two dogs, but my little dog is a wiener dog. And I got Halloweenies. So, here's the other thing. Rocio from Kokohama Stitches has it all stitched, except for she's got Halloweenies. And I know she's moving back here from the Bahamas, and I hope you're safe if you're watching this, and I hope your move is safe and goes well. So I'm hoping to start and finish this one for Halloween. It can sit in my non-existent dough bowl with my pumpkin. If I make it a little pill, that would be cute. That would be cute. So we'll see. But if I don't get Halloweenies done, it's okay because there's a winter Wienerland. And I got this one too. I feel like they need to have like my wiener dog is now trying to get up in my lap because she heard me talking about wieners. And she knows she's a wiener dog. She's so funny. I feel like there should be more in this series. Like there should be like a summer and a spring wiener or something. I don't know. But it just feels very incomplete to have a winter one and a Halloween one. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're the same wiener dog. They're just wearing different sweaters. So I have to stitch those up for my Maisie. They don't make King Corso patterns because our other dog is a King Corso. She's like 100 pounds. So I have like this 20-pound wiener and a 100-pound King Corso. And my King Corso has no ears. Somebody chopped them off before we rescued her. And my wiener dog has huge ears. And I just find that absolutely funny. And they both think they're lap dogs. So you might order from my local needle shop because I ordered them and had it shipped. It was like $2 to have them shipped. Saves me a trip. It's just easier. They sent me a really cute pattern. Have a Heart from Erica Michaels. And then one on the back that's a bookmarker. And Forever Friends from Annie B's Folk Art. I don't know. Looks cute. I might stitch it. I might not. I don't know. And then yes, thank you, Georgia Girl Stitches, I think is her name. She had showed this, Madame Chantilly's summer tray. I may leave off summer. Can you see that? I may leave off summer though. Or maybe put something else there. I don't know. Put on my beach wall that I need. Super cute. It's so pretty. It's pretty. And since I don't like winter, it's even prettier to me right now. Because although it's fall here, and fall in Michigan is just gorgeous. Let's see. Another person was doing a D-stash on Instagram. And I bought the Grumpkin patch because I just thought that was super cute. It's not very well. It's actually bigger than you think. It's on a Zweigart 28 count, and it's 123 stitches by 107. So it's actually bigger than I was thinking it was. I was thinking it was a little pillow. I mean, the chart's not that big. I mean, the chart only goes from here to here, but that's bigger than I thought. Interesting. That may not fit in the dough bowl that I don't have, that I want. We'll see. My birthday's later this month. Maybe I'll get a dough bowl for my birthday. It's a weird thing to ask, though. Like, I realize I'm getting old because, like, I was asked, what do you want for your birthday? And I said a dough bowl, being funny, that I'd like my sewing machine taken to the shop for spa day, a tune-up. What else did I? Oh, I asked for a new mattress. They're very adult things, not really fun things. Just kind of interesting. Okay, I'm gonna set this on the bottom. That's the last one of the last ones. Okay, so then a seller on Etsy, it's a shop, really cute shop on Etsy. I don't remember the name. I'll figure it out and I'll pop it down below. Had a series of little truck patterns, but they're not the Stitching by the Housewife's trucks. These are by Sandra Sullivan. And this is Beach Fun Truck. And then there is Trick or Treat Truck. Look at that pumpkin, isn't he funny? Cracks me up. And there's a little like spider coming off the moon. Just cracks me up. Then we have Pumpkin Pickin' Truck. So cute. I didn't even catch that till just now. I think that's a little squirrel charm. You should look on the back and see. I don't have a squirrel charm. Yep, it is a squirrel charm. All things squirrel. For Gamma Delta. And then there is Traveling Snowman Truck. So I feel like, and they're new patterns. I feel like because where it started and then where it ends, that they'll come out with more. I hope they do. Because, oh, they did. They came out with one more already. They came out with an All-American truck. Which is really pretty. And then from Joyful Stitcher, Annie, I bought this one. Super cute. And I think for my sorority sister, we're doing a Christmas exchange, and I might just stitch the little squirrels. Some way, maybe a little set of 4 or something, or 3 in a row. I don't know. And make it into like a little ornament. I believe you've already seen Lady Justice from Mirabilia. Okay, I'm going to start her. I have all the DMCs. I have to get the Kreinik and the Mill Hill beads, which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, I could start her without those. Here's the thing. I don't want to do her on 14 count Ada. She's too classy to do it. Like that's just not going to serve her very well. She needs to be stitched on something a little bit more up class. But stitching on linen scares me. I don't have a lot of experience doing it, so I'm not sure that I want to tackle such a big project as my learning curve. I want it to be enjoyable. So I've been contemplating maybe even doing it on an 18 count. Well, this says it can be stitched on an alternate fabric of a 16 count graceful gray in Ada. So maybe I'll look for that. It's got a blue tinge to it more than gray. Like I wouldn't, it doesn't, it feels warmer. It feels like this picture is shot on more of a light blue, but it's graceful gray linen. So we'll see. So let's see. Pickle Barrel Designs brings me my next pattern called Beach Time. Aren't they cute? Little beach huts. I like little beach houses. Okay, so, oh, but wait, there's more because again, I have been stress shopping. Very clearly, yeah. I got Country Cottage Needleworks, Be Thankful, with the white pumpkin, so I can participate in the Great Pumpkin Sale. I think I showed you guys this last week. All my weeks are blending together. I don't know. I literally, I was working this morning and even the early afternoon. I haven't stitched all day. It's crazy. Usually I set aside the weekends to stitch. And this week, I have a couple hearings coming up and things that are due. And so I ended up working today from home. It is what it is. So I ordered these as well. They're the Tiny Modernist, the Winter Bell Pull, which is really pretty. It's got a moose on it. I don't know why moose. I find moose funny. Moose belong in the winter. Moose to me represent Christmas. I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't know. But moose belong in Christmas. And there's a little blue moose. And he's just kind of funny. I don't know. And of course, if I ordered the winter one, well, I had to order the spring one. Because that makes sense. And if you order the winter and the spring, why not order the summer? Because it is summer. But mostly because that flamingo is so flippin' cute. And the watermelon and the popsicle. So cute. But I'm still kind of wondering, do you think I could swap that out for a little teeny tiny Jeep? Because that would be so me. So I might try to do that. All things Jeep. And not to be left out, of course we got the autumn one too. I got nothing, guys. Like, seriously. Yeah. I also found all the Lizzie Kate strings, the ABC strings. The only one I didn't get was the cat one because I'm not a cat kind of person. Cats are fine, but I didn't feel the compulsion to own it. Okay, so my son is a huge bacon fan, and Lizzie Kate has a bacon chart, and it's like, friends are the bacon bits in the salad of life, and I love you more than bacon, and bacon makes everything better. So I ordered that and got that so I'll stitch that up probably for my son because he'll find that funny. I also ordered, and I know I have it. I know I have it, but where it is, it's the St. Francis Prayer by Lizzie Kate. I bought that pattern too. Let's see. From Joyful Stitcher, the other pattern I bought was this. It's the Baby Bug Ball. How cute are they? And she included the extra seed beads that go with the pattern. And the other thing that she included, which I thought was super sweet of her, because I'm sure she could have found another project to do with this, or add them into something, she included the extra silks that she had. And so I had never like really touched silk floss or anything. And I was always like, that's an awful lot of money to rationalize in my brain. So I'd never really done it. And I'm feeling these though. And they're like butter through my hands. They're so soft compared to like DMC, which is what I usually work with. So I may have to break down and actually buy some silks and make a pattern. And but we'll see. Like, those are super, there's not enough there left to do the whole pattern. I promise not to spill this. Earlier, I spilled my Diet Coke all over everything. That was one, I think, the second take. But there's not enough silks there to do the whole pattern. So either I have to, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But that pattern is so cute, and it just reminds me of spring. It's just cute. So I'll do that. So here's the other one that I fell in love with. So there's a stitch shop in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. And they did a little tour of their store and highlighting some of the new things in there. And I fell in love with this pattern. I think she's just absolutely gorgeous. And I tried to not buy her, but then I had to buy her. She's absolutely gorgeous. For dark October, the Mermaid of Salem Bay. She's so pretty. And to make her even more gorgeous, and she's actually bigger than you think. She's 156 stitches by 130, and she's the sample is stitched on a 30 count pirate linen, which is what gives you the little the ship down here. So why not? I'm raising my skill set. That's what I always try to challenge myself, something new every so often, just to kind of keep my brain going while I poke at it for different things. We did adjust the shunt again, but it's been storms here off and on, and pressure zones are just going wonky. And so my head is just, yeah, it's still a mess. It's getting a little bit better today. So fingers crossed, because yesterday I bent over and the pain shot through my, went through my head, and I threw up, and it was just gross. So I'll take good days with my head every day, any day I can. Again, Dr. Richards I know he's got my back. He had offered me to do a lumbar puncture. We both agreed that I could put it off at this point until after my race on the 17th. I don't really want to do it. So if we can avoid it and get the shunt to play nice before that without doing it, that would be really good. But if I have to do it and I have to lay kind of flat and lay low for a while, I have plenty of whips. But I did, anyways, going back to the gorgeous Mermaid of Salem Bay. God, I mean, seriously, folks, come on. She's gorgeous. The only thing I did not order with her was the little bead pack. And they're the little bicorn, bead swath, beads and little pearls. And I thought I should be able to find them here rather than paying for the bead pack. But now I'm kind of kicking myself, like I should just gone ahead and done it and been done with it. But I did order the background linen with the ship. I don't know. My wiener dog is awake. Relax. The wiener dog. She's a fierce guard dog. Oh. The little dog then gets the big dog going. And the big dog's bark is big. But she's a big dog. She's 100 pounds. I have a 100-pound dog, and I have a less than 20-pound dog. What's funny is the 100-pound dog has barely any ears, because whoever originally had her, we think, used her as a bait dog. She's a rescue. And they cropped her ears super short. So when she bows her head, her collar will fall off of her, which then she freaks out. She sits down until you can put the collar back on her. So she has next to no ears, even though she weighs 100 pounds and she's huge. But my little wiener dog has these huge ears. Yeah, and when we got the wiener dog, she didn't bark. Lizzie barks. Lizzie's our big dog. She barks. So Lizzie taught Maisie how to bark and so yeah, it's a hot mess here with dogs, but whatever. They're funny. So anyways, so yeah, so we have the linen. I've never stitched on linen before, and I'm a little scared to screw her up. So I may have to, I have it in my brain that I'm going to do this practice. Okay. So I had signed up for, yes, I really did. Barbara Anna Designs has a stitch along called Santa's Trip. And Santa rides different animals and he goes to different houses and he's with Mrs. Claus. And I think she's really, I just think it's fun. It's fun. I mean, how many times are you going to find a pattern where Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus are riding on a giant rabbit or a boar? I don't know what the other animals will be. He comes, they have little buildings already. So they've been to, we've been to 2 buildings. We've hung a star on a tree. And he's rode on a reindeer, a giant rabbit, and a boar so far they have. They're a very busy couple. It's Christmas Eve. So I decided that I would try and stitch on some even weave from Joann's. I don't know that I'm doing it right. It's driving me nuts. First of all, you can't see the snow in it. But it just feels like, I don't know. It's a very odd feeling to stitch on. It's very different than ADOT. I don't know. I think I'm going to watch some more YouTube videos on this whole linen thing. I'm sure, from what I know, I'm doing it right. But it doesn't feel right. And those are my scissors stuck to my needle minder. Oh, I got needle minders. That's the other thing I got. Where are my needle minders? Oh, and I got a funny story about magnets. I bought 2 Ruth Bader Ginsburg needle minders. One's for Emily. I don't know where I set it right now. It could be on the other side of my table. So I bought some unicorn buttons to make needle minders out of. Or as my daughter called them the other day, genetically modified horses. Mutated. Oh, genetically mutated horses. Now I can't get that phrase out of my head. Genetically mutated horses. So I originally had bought my magnets on Amazon because if I don't have to go to a store, I'm not going to a store. Let's be honest, I don't like shopping despite all of the shopping I'm doing. The first set I bought were so small, it was hysterical. I think my daughter's making pizza rolls. So these came, so I'm returning those, and I ordered the second size up, and they came, and they're a decent size. I probably could have bought the bigger, even bigger ones. But what's even better is, okay, so you know when you order Amazon, and they deliver to your house, and they send you the picture of the package on your porch? So these came in the mail on Friday. Did they come yesterday or did they come Thursday? I think they came Thursday. And I get the picture because I'm at the office. So I was at the office, so they had to have been on Thursday because I didn't go to the office. I work from home on Friday. So I get the picture and the envelope with these, and then is stuck in the middle of my door because I have a big steel frame door. And so the package, they're magnets. They stuck to my door. It's probably not as funny as I think it is, but it is funny. And I think it's funny, so yeah. So my package was, like, they literally sent me a picture with this package, like, hanging in my door. So. Monopoly. I still have the extra charge. Now I have 3 copies of this. So if you'd like to stitch Monopoly, just tell me below that you want to stitch the game. Maybe share with me your favorite game growing up. It's super cute. I can't wait to start it. But I don't need 3 copies of it. Because I don't. Because do you ever need 3 copies of one pattern? Somehow I think there might be a reason that somebody would. However, right now I can't think about it. I can't think of one. Yeah. I don't know. But I have 3 copies. So I'm safe. I'm covered. Okay. So I feel like I didn't get as much stitching this last week done as I usually do. Now that said, I was working at my office 4 days this week. It feels really good to be back. I gotta tell you, it feels really good. It feels good to be kind of busy with stuff and new clients coming in and not having that stress over me. But now I've got a different set of stress. So I feel like I don't have as much actual stitching to show. Maybe one day I can talk to show you. But I did get some done. And I did get sewing done. And I did knit the pumpkin that goes in the non-existent dough bowl. So I am working on Pandemic from Long Dog Sampler. Lizzie, baby, go lay down. Tell Bella get your treat. Go tell Bean to get your treats. So there's Pandemic. And we are officially on the 2nd page of Pandemic. Now, I am filling in the negative space with the blue. And people, even on Instagram and in the Pandemic Stitch Along group, have said, why didn't I just stitch it on blue Ada? Which I guess is a valid question to ask, because why would you take a pattern that's already as huge as Pandemic is and double your work if you could, didn't have to? And the answer is I didn't set off to do it this way. I had wanted it to look like it was like the water coming up from the one way and the beach from the other, and they were going to mesh and merge. And my brain just couldn't get it from that vision to the stitches, short of sitting down with 2 colored markers and coloring it in, which would have made me tape together the pattern, colored it, and then untaped it and everything. And then I was like, well, I could just select certain bits and pieces of the motifs and make them blue. And again, then my brain was like, okay, I can't vision which should be blue, which should be tan. That's too much work, whatever. This just seemed like the most logical answer. Twice the work. However, on nights that I'm stitching and I'm tired, so I don't want to risk like miscounting something, I can stitch in the blue. If I'm doing the stitch along, like on Sundays, the ladies from Long Dog Sampler group, we go on Zoom and we stitch along with each other. We've done it also for Stitch Life magazine now. We've done stitch along and a couple other things. So like when I've been on conference calls. Honestly, I've been on conference calls with the state on different issues. And I can stitch, but I can't afford the mental energy to count because I have to still like be doing something else too. I can stitch the blue. So it's really kind of been relaxing. The evening that I found out that my friend from law school had passed away, because fuck cancer, I biked and I stitched blue. It's a way to sort of get all of that out. So that's why. So that is pandemic. I am hoping this week, tomorrow is our stitch along. I would really like to at least finish this section in here. This little fourth heart. Yeah, one of these, but this way. Yeah. So that is how my pandemic became full coverage. Because my brain works that way, guys. Long story short, that's how my brain worked it out. Okay, so remember my little beach houses that I showed you guys the first floss tube I did? I think it was in the first floss tube. And they were just all squares apart. Well, now they are rows. They are complete rows. I lined them up even on my bed last night. It's so flippin' cute. It is. Actually, it looks just like I wanted it to. Really and truly. I wanted a cup. The only thing that I couldn't get it small enough where it made sense and I could cut it out was like little Jeep girl, so it looks like a Jeep driving towards you. So we only have side view Jeeps with, oh, and I have coconut trees, not palm trees, because apparently when you put in palm tree coloring book page to use as an applique pattern in Google, and you're only semi paying attention to what you're doing, you end up finding a coconut tree instead of a palm tree. Whatever. I like it. So my little beach houses, my little ticky-tacky beach houses in my Jeep. So every row will probably, I think, has a Jeep or a palm tree. So I'm hoping maybe this weekend or in this next week I will get my rows sewed together, which will be very exciting. I also have fabric that will look like sand and then fabric that looks like water. So they will be literally beach houses because I'm going to put in the beach at the bottom. So that'll be fun to see. Okay, so with some of my fabric, I did buy more zippers. So I have some fabric that I bought with like Yoda. I have baby Yoda. I showed you guys the Yeti. I'm losing track of if I showed you or not because of this being, again, the third time that I filmed this. I have baby Yoda fabric and the little blue Yeti. I don't remember. If I didn't show you, you'll see them when I finally finish them into project bags, and then I'll show you again. So let's see. First up, sampler September, which is now sampler October because Kelly didn't finish it. I didn't finish it. I want to finish it. I worked on it, but it's not finished. So again, I am doing coffee first, but coffee first from Heartstring Samplery. I am doing it in the DMC conversion because that's what I have on a 18 count Ecru Ada. I did get some stitched on it. I got this motif added in, or the frame added in, and started the little doodad inside. And I started on this frame. So that's super cute. So hopefully this will come up in the wheel when I spin this month, or I'll just feel like stitching on it, and that's when I'll stitch on it. And we can get that finished up. But it belongs in my But First Coffee bag because that makes sense. Okay, now understand there's a reason I'm telling you that. Those coordinate and that makes sense, right? Okay, so I'm gonna set that down. So next up is my donut bag. Now when I make bags again, I think I'm gonna add in the Pellon interfacing that will make these kind of have more body to them, because right now they're sort of floppy. Now, which isn't not a big deal, because really I just put them in the bag so that they look prettier than carrying around a Ziploc bag in my purse when I want to carry a stitch project with me. I found that these hang on a pant hanger with the clippies, and then I hang them on the shelving that have my bins in them. What is this? Oh, okay. So this is, see, now this one doesn't match what the bag is. So that's why I'm like, I don't know what this is. This is actually my Matryoshka doll, Sal, from Lakeside Needle. I did not finish her little bottom belly. I think the new one comes out on Monday. So maybe tonight she'll get her tummy. Because again, I'm not going to worry about the back stitching till the very end, unless something, you know, if I get the overwhelming urge to do the back stitching. But I'd like to stay current on some of my cells. I'm behind already on the Barbara Diana one, or Barbara Anna, but I started that one late. I only just purchased it, so I'm kind of giving myself a little bit of leeway. Plus, it's Christmas, so it doesn't need to be done till December. Just go with me, okay? Just go with it. Go with Kelly logic. It's easy. So, but my Matryoshka doll, Sal, I'm behind on because, well, I may be behind. Again, if I get it done before the next one comes out, then we're okay. So that's in my donut bag. Again, no reason other than it was free. It was available to be in there. Okay. I should get a helper to help me with these things. My daughter's sitting over there. She did. She made pizza rolls. Didn't offer her mother any. Not a single one. My hangers are stuck together. Okay. So they hang on my pant hangers nicely. They really do. On my little... And I hang them 2 at a time right now. At some point, maybe I'll get more pant hangers. And I'll hang them 1 at a time. Ruth is now behind. Her second part came out. And I guess it's actually going to be a 6-part design. I thought it was only 3. The second part is out, and it adds a crown to her head. I'm kind of... It's not the image of Ruth Bader Ginsburg that I like. I think it's overdone. So I'm like, eh. So I'm obviously I'm going to finish, and it will be a little pillow. I may put it on the little cushion on the chairs that are in my lobby area at my office. I think that would make sense. I don't know. So then we have avocado Santas and avocado reindeers and snowman avocados, because that's funny to me. The only reason that this one is in this bag is because my son actually used to eat avocados, although now he swears he doesn't like them. A month ago, he was eating. Explain this to me. How does a 19-year-old just suddenly up and decide they don't like avocados? I don't know. I might need to drink more to be able to handle him. It still does smell a little like chai tea or coffee. More like chai tea. My water gun. So when my dog does something she's not supposed to, we spritz her. She does not like it. Now she just needs to see the water bottle. She stops, usually. Okay, so, anyways. I have not... The directions say that you can keep working on the borders as you build. So you don't have... So I wasn't as worried. Plus, the boy child... In his boiled child... I love my son. At first he wanted the size of the whole piece of fabric, which is 60 by 60. The piece of fabric that I have. And I was fine with that. I was going to do that. I figured, you know, give myself a little bit more than a year kind of thing. Now he's decided that he doesn't want it that big. But he's not sure how big he wants it. And then he just told me, just do what you want, Mom. It's okay. I'll make it work. apparently he was worried about how much it cost to frame it if it was 60 by 60. What he doesn't understand is there is no way, come hell or high water, I would frame something that was 60 by 60. No. Not when it's a map like this. I would have just made it into more of like a tapestry sort of thing, which is probably what it's going to end up being. So anyways, I started to roll and put in the river. And once the water is in, then you'll know where the continents are, because it's clear. So we have River 1. It doesn't have any other name than River 1. But this is Ink Circle's Marvelous Map Sal on self-dyed 14 count Ada that I baked in the oven. Cracks me up. I baked my Ada in the oven. Doesn't everybody bake Ada in the oven? And again, it's an avocado Santa. I feel like there should be some sort of Christmas pattern of avocado Santa, like stitch along. My dog is now, Maisie dog is now sitting on my bags. I love Maisie. She's horrible at being a dog. Like, she doesn't understand what it means to be a dog. Bless her heart, she really doesn't. She doesn't get it at all. And so then you talk to her and you tell her, you're a horrible little dog. And she looks at you like, why? What did I do? I don't know, Maisie. What did you do? Some more pant hangers, because that's how I hang my whip bags. Okay, so now we have underwater salty Santa bag. I think that's cute. And in here, I actually have not worked on it, so I'm not sure I should even bother to open it. Other than to say, hey, I showed you. We have Hemlock and Rye, which is Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. Her pattern, Salty. And we're still just building the frame. It's one of those that really and truly, I should just sit here one evening and really and truly just work on it and get it done. But right now, it's in Salty Santa. Salty is in Salty Santa. So then I have Bomb Pops project bag. Is that not cute for like patriotic stuff? I feel like I need to go back and buy some more of this fabric to finish like summery patterns with. It's so cute. It just really and truly, it's a fabric that makes me happy. And in here is Impossible Odds from past President Obama. I have not worked on it since putting it in the bag, and the last time you guys saw it when I was driving with Emily. It is a project. Okay, we're getting there, folks. We have flamingos, Christmas flamingos. What's in here? Oh, my otter. I have not worked on my otter either. It hasn't come up in the spin. I don't know how to handle that, because it's one I look at, and every time I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I should make some work on that. And then I set it in the pile, and it doesn't come up on the spin or anything. And I don't work on it. And then I pull it out to show you guys, like now. And I'm like, why don't I just take the couple days and finish it? I don't know. Okay, so now we have zebras and rainbow zebras. This is another one that just makes me so happy. Although I missed in my seam, I have to run another seam here. I didn't catch all the selvage inside the French seam. Let's see what's in here. Oh, in here is my Juliana sampler that I have not started yet. I have the pattern printed out, and I have the fabric cut and put in here, and that's it. the horrible little dog, and now the big horrible dog are on my... Okay. We're almost done with this. So, in my wiener dog bag is Van Gogh Jeep. Maybe I should just take it out of here. Yeah, there we go. Van Gogh Jeep. I have not worked on it at all this week. It's still where you saw it last week. That one's a hard stitch. There's so many blues in there, like it's very heavily confettied. So that's one that I can't work on unless I am really, it's not that I can't work on it. It takes a lot of mental energy right now at the stage that it is to really work on it. And I just haven't had that this last week. Okay, this fabric glows in the dark. These little jumpin' jack dancing skeletons glow in the dark. That was all I needed to buy it. It really is that simple these days. It was marked glow in the dark. And so I bought it. And I made it into a bag. And in here is my Addams Family Stitch Along with my self-dyed Ada. It's so pretty. It's purple. I haven't started it. I need to start it. But in my defense, it's a stitch along with Emily. And Emily hasn't started hers either. Emily hasn't even bought her floss or her Ada for it. Well, I think she did buy her Ada. I think she did buy Ada for it. But she has not bought her floss for it. So I'm not behind, even though the sale started in, I believe technically it's over. You could just buy the whole pattern. But if I'm selling it with Emily and Emily hasn't started, then I'm not behind. Kelly logic. Okay. So this is such a cute fabric, my little candy fabric. So the Stitchology Halloween sale, I finished the frame. Remember I showed you last week? I had started it. I finished it. Except I didn't put the like 2020 Halloween and the little things around it. And then somebody in the group flipped it on its side. And I loved it so much better. And then they added like this witch scene. And it's just so cute. And so it's like, that's how I want mine. Because I wasn't really feeling the way it was. But now I really like it. Okay, so I got the frame so that I could flip it on the side. And I was like, okay, are the little motifs, because they're secret until she releases them each day, are they going to be cutesy or are they going to be like spooky, scary, like weird things? And of course, when I ask, the only answer I get is, well, cutesy Halloween and spooky Halloween can coincide just fine. Which I guess technically they can. But that didn't answer my question. So I flipped it on its side. I decided I was going to flip it on its side and I'll wait until like more of the motifs are out and then I'll pick what I'm going to put around my frame. Not a problem. So they started coming out, the little motifs, on October 1st, and I went to grab my stuff. And I couldn't remember where I put it. And I thought I lost it. And I called my friend and I'm like, hey, did I leave this at your house? I was thinking, did I leave it in the car, in my Jeep? Did I leave it at the office? Like, I didn't think I did. Well, no. My brain being what it is, put it in the candy bag because it's Halloween and you go trick-or-treating. This was my logic in my brain. But I couldn't remember that. And I was literally tearing apart everything. Going, how, like I had more dyed fabric. I could have bought more DMC, although, yeah. It was more of just the irritation that I had put all these hours into, all this time into stitching the stupid frame. And I lost it. Like, no, I did not lose it. I just put it in a safe spot. And then I couldn't remember where the safe spot is. So I have day 1 and day 2 done. I just got day 3 in the mail before I started this. So that'll stitch up. It's a cute little witch broom. So I flipped it on its side. And I'm not sticking the days next to, like, in a row. Like, I know this is day 1, and I know this is day 2, but I don't feel like I need to go there. I'm just going to randomly fill them in wherever I feel like filling them in, because it's mine and I can do that. And then I will probably pick, I have a pattern of like a Halloween-y tree, like the bare leaves, branches one, and a cute little cat. I'm thinking I'll put like the tree, I guess I should show it more like this. Maybe like the tree and the little cat down here, and then maybe do like a fun moon over here with some like bats or a witch or something. I don't know. That's where I'm at. So I am on track because I will stitch up the little broom here in a minute when I'm done, before bed probably, and so that I can stay current on that. I showed you my little tacky houses. Tacky houses. Okay, so the only other one that I have that I'm currently, like, I have other things kitted up. That's not a problem. I've been working on this, and then my dogs are laying on it right now, so now they're gonna get pissed because they've got to move. My little dog. She is such a hot mess, dipped in glitter. She is a hot mess dipped in glitter. Let me just tell you, just like her owner. Okay, so here's my self-dyed Ada. Honestly, I looked at the size of that little castle, and I'm like, oh, this shouldn't take that long to stitch up. It really shouldn't. Yeah, it's taking me flipping forever to stitch this damn castle. Freaking Mickey Mouse. It's still not done. No, it's farther than what it was, but it's not done. There's still another tower thingy that's got to come off of this. Seriously, that's not fun. Like, I need this castle to be built. I'm getting frazzled by it. My dog wants to be pet. If anybody wants a 100-pound King Corso, or at least wants to come and walk her and pet her, let me know. She's a great dog. She's very attention starved. You'd think as long as she'd been with us that she'd have gotten over that, but she hasn't. And then when she wants attention, then the little dog comes over, and then you gotta pet them both. Yeah, and you have. Oh, I went to PetSmart, and I bought Maisie size tennis balls, which really are not much bigger than a golf ball, but they're soft like a tennis ball, and they look like a tennis ball. Lizzie can eat them in one bite. But you can't throw the little dog, the regular size tennis balls, because they're as big as her head, and she can't get her mouth around them. So now we've got to treat, yeah. You have to watch so that the big dog doesn't eat the little dog's balls. Yep, I said it. So yeah, so there's the Cloud Factory Epic Disney Princess Castle Stitch Along. I have made progress. I really have. I just, like I said, I thought it wouldn't take me nearly as long as it is. And I can't tell you why it's taking me as long as it is. And I think that's what's frustrating to me, because I'd like to think that I'm a fairly quick stitcher. But it's just not moving as fast as I thought it would. I'm still working on test patterns. I'm hoping to get caught up in the next week. I'm a little behind schedule, but when I took them on, again, I wasn't anticipating having issues with my shunt and losing people, and some other things that have come along the way. So I think it's just a matter of maybe taking the rest of tonight and tomorrow and just staying in pajamas and stitching, and getting things, because what I'm finding is that I'm getting frustrated with myself, like that I don't have the Matryoshka done, that I'm not further along on certain things. And I don't want my stitching to become like a job. I want it to be a stress reliever, not a source of stress. My birthday is on the 23rd. I'd really like to be at a point with things where I can feel like if I decided to start the Mermaid of Salem Bay, it wouldn't be a chore or that, but that it would be an exciting, fun stitch. If I don't start Mermaid of Salem Bay, I'm not sure which one I will start. Once I get the rows of my house quilt all put together and the beach added, my son has asked for rainbow houses for Christmas, so I want to get that started. Bean has asked for a spaceship quilt that I have, but all the fabrics, some of the fabrics have been on back order. So I'm really getting nervous because they need to come in. Because again, it's supposed to be Christmas presents. So I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, I made it through this video and I didn't spill anything. That was a first today. Like, literally. That wall's got to get painted. It was too hot to paint and too muggy. But I also have to, Bean's got a new desk, and so I have to paint a section of her wall that before was covered up by something. I have to paint the section of the wall so it matches the rest of the room, and then I can hang her. She's got a hanging desk now, which is really kind of cool. So I want to get that up for her this next week. So I don't know how much stitching. I do have a hearing for a client on Tuesday, and I think I have another one on Wednesday. So that usually knocks out those 2 days for really doing much relaxing and stitching or sewing. I don't know. Oh, my next best thing, newest best thing, which is not new to me, is Harvey and Sons Tea Company. I have it for my Keurig, and I had one over here, but yeah. Third start. It is their cinnamon spice tea. It tastes like a cinnamon red hot. And I wish that the coffee creamer company would come back with the Oreo. It was a limited edition coffee creamer. But when you mix that with the Oreo creamer, it tasted like a cinnamon roll. Really weird. It was fantastic. But the cinnamon tea, it's nice. I put a little bit of creamer in my tea, and it tastes yummy. It tastes like a dessert. So that and it's fall, so I generally drink a lot of tea and coffee during the fall and winter, even during the spring. I drink coffee even in the summer though. So but it just seems a little bit more manageable to drink it in the fall, like when it's cooler. I get it in K-Cups off of Amazon, and so I can just throw it into the Keurig either at the house or at the office. So that's always good. So I will just continue to make progress on things. Try not to buy a whole lot more, because there's stuff that I know that's out there that I bought. Oh, I bought the Zimmerman coverlet pattern. That well, I think by now everybody's seen it and heard about it. So I bought it. It is gorgeous. At first I was like, do I really need another piece? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this is a really good idea. And so I bought it. And I was going to, then I was thinking, okay, what colorway was I going to stitch it in? And I was going to do red, buff, and green for my sorority. And I bought oatmeal Ada, thinking close enough to buff that I could get away with it. I bought 18 count because I thought that would be pretty. It'd be easier than working it on linen right now, but a little bit more finer than 14 count Ada. So I went and bought red and green DMCs, and I was like, okay, I'm set. Somebody in the peppermint purple group had done their year of black work in Threadworks Tide Pool, and then they added a mermaid border, like a seashell and mermaid. It's got an octopus on it. It's so flippin' cute. Oh my god! If you need to join the group and just look at the border, if nothing else. So I fell in love with this thread. I've never worked with Threadworks before. Went on Etsy, bought my thread. So I'm going to be doing the Zimmerman coverlet in Tide Pool by Threadworks. I think it will look amazing. I'm hoping. God help me. I hope so, because yeah, it's a whole lot more than, well, okay. I was trying to do the math on this. Here locally, we pay about 60 cents a skein of DMC, which I'm going to assume is going to be fairly across the board in the US. There is, I think I looked it up, and it's like 20 yards of DMC in a skein. That can't be right. Whatever it is, it works out so that even though I'm paying, I think I paid $1. How much did I pay for the Threadworks? However much I bought to pay for the pattern, like to cover the pattern yardage wise and give me a little bit extra just in case, came to $18. When I think I figured it out DMC wise, I was paying almost the same. It would have cost me that much because I would need more skeins of DMC than I needed of Threadworks. I think it was still a little bit more, but I think the Threadworks color, the Tide Pool, it's absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to work with it. If you've worked with it, let me know what to kind of expect. I don't even know what it feels like. I really truly don't. But I'm excited. So, but then I don't know what I'm going to do with the coverlet when I'm done stitching it. The other thing that I'm really kind of curious is we've the coming to the Mayflower samplers and stuff. Sampler September got me started thinking, and then the Zimmerman coverlet. I have always had a curiosity for the stories behind history. Like, it's great to know when the wars were. It's great to know the maneuvers and all of that. But I'm somebody who wants to know the stories of real people. So like the Diary of Anne Frank, I find absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I have no idea why. I read this. I've been working on one of my many projects is a Civil War diary quilt. And each block in that book comes with somebody's story. It's just a little snippet of their story. So that just fascinates me. It's one of those things. So I have been searching for. I read the book, the first 999, which is about the first 999 women who were shipped to Auschwitz. And if you have not read it, you should. You absolutely should. It was. I got it on Audible with my month. Like, I have through Amazon Prime, I think I get one free credit a month. And it was suggested to me, and I did it. And I've read it, and it was just. I want to make a pilgrimage out there and like I have several friends who said they'd go with me, and I want to actually, I'm an endurance person, so I want to walk the walk that they did and the train ride and that. And I want to make that journey, and it's going to be one of those things that when I retire, we'll do. I can't afford right now to take that much time off of my business. I wish I could. Um, I think it would be absolutely just one of those once in a lifetime things. So, anyways, I'm looking for samplers from World War II, and I'm struggling to find them. And they had to have still stitched then. I mean, I would think, but there's got to be really cool examples of tapestries and stitching from that era. And there's got to be patterns available. So I did find a book, and hopefully it didn't cost me much. I bought it on some used bookstore site. I'm awful at that kind of stuff. Like, remember that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'll link it below because I know I have the email with my receipt for what it is. And I bought a book about samplers and patterns and stuff. I'm not sure it's going to give me what I'm looking for. So if anybody knows of anything, like a book or a pattern or a chart from, World War II, I would really be curious about it and would want to see, would like to learn. So that is my mission. I'm still searching for that. Other than that, yeah, life. If virtual college continues with my son, I may start hardcore drinking. I don't know. I think we're getting rain again here. My head feels like it. Looks like it. No cool recipe to share with you. No easy, cool recipe to share this time. I'll look for one this week. I'll make that part of my mission. Yeah. I got more pumpkins to knit for my non-existent Doble. So, have a good week. We'll see you next week. Be well, be healthy, stay sane, do something to impact the world around you in a positive way. And we'll talk to you later while I go search for non-existent Dobles for my pumpkin, my organic pumpkin. Bye, guys.